Hi guys, I'm Kelly Campbell from Real Rehab Talk, and you are visiting today my house at 800 Chambers Circle. So this is a project we've been working on for a couple of months, and we're getting down to the wire. This is the last week on the project, and so before it's completely finished, I kind of want to walk you through a little bit of the strategy and the reasons for why we do some of the things that we do. Because for us, selling the property is just as important as the purchase, as the construction process, as strategizing on the rehab. We also want to strategize on how we sell the property so that we can get the most for it with regards to market price, but also so that it can sell quickly. It's just as important that it sell really fast and that we get it off the market so we can get on to the next project. So this is 800 Chambers Circle. This house is in a really gorgeous community. I love it. The neighbors are really fantastic. The neighborhood is very well kept. That's absolutely one of the things that we look for on a rehab project, is what's going on around the house. What's the neighborhood like? Do you see that the lawn has been well kept? Do you see that the neighbors care about their own property? Because that's going to make a difference to your end buyer. They're going to want to buy in a community. They're not just buying the house, they're also buying the neighborhood that it's in. So we're going to go ahead and head inside, or head towards the property, and I'll point some things out to you. One of the things that's really important to us is curb appeal. So you can see actually the landscaper has been here, and he's already started working on the front of the house for curb appeal. That's hugely important. One of the other things that you're going to see is this brand new front door. This door is actually bigger than the door that was here before, but this door is part of what's going to draw the attention of our new buyer. So we're really trying to create some amazing curb appeal. I want, when they get to this house, they can't wait to get inside it. That's the feeling I want to create. So we put a lot of effort into the curb appeal and the exterior of the property. So we're actually working on that now. We're going to be fixing the front porch today, because you may notice some of the spindles are down. All of that is going to get done today. That's part of the finishing. And then we're going to get some nice plants put out here out front and flowers to really make this inviting. It's actually, at the time this video is being filmed, it is the first day of April, so it is springtime, so we absolutely want to give it a springtime look when you're coming into the property. So let's go ahead on inside. So one of the things you'll notice coming inside are my brand new cherry wood floors. The owners on this house had tiled the front entryway, the entire front entryway, the living room, everything was tiled, and they did it themselves. Everyone is not successful with an HGTV project, and they were not. So we had to bust all of that tile up. It was absolutely horrible, and haul it out of here, which means we needed all new floors. So we've got all new cherry wood floors on the lower level. They are awesome, and they're a huge selling feature for the house. Now, some of you, depending on where you live geographically, might be thinking that cherry wood floors are outdated. Well, one of the things we do on a project is research the neighborhood that we're working in. So if we were in the city, for example, I'd probably go with an engineered wood, maybe a walnut or a pine, something dark. That's really popular right now in the city and contemporary areas. But the neighborhood that we're in is actually very rustic, very traditional, very classic, and we researched all the houses that we're currently selling or that have sold in the last 6 months to see what was popular and what sold fast. The key is fast, and it's real hardwood, oak wood, cherry wood. We also talked to real estate agents in this area who work this area regularly and visited some model homes in this area, and it became very clear to us that we need to stick with a traditional look. So one of the things I recommend, despite what trends you might see on TV or HGTV or in your local area, research the area you're rehabbing in. Get to know your target customer, because the customer in one neighborhood versus a customer in another neighborhood could be completely different people. And so the people in this community like cherry wood. So we're going to go ahead and go to the living room. And so in the living room, one of the things that you see here is a big giant couch. We actually rented this furniture because we're going to be staging today. That's part of the last phase of the project as well, is to stage the property to make it look lived in, but very neat, very sophisticated. We don't stage the entire house. We just stage certain rooms that we want to give an emotional feel for a potential buyer. One of the things I'll share with you is that if a potential buyer sits down in your house, if they come in the house they're looking in and they sit down, they are 3 times more likely to purchase that house. I don't know if you knew that, but making your buyer comfortable huge benefit in terms of them making the emotional connection to the house. The other reason that we stage is to show use of space. Now, even though you who are watching this video might be great at picturing a finished product, everyone isn't. They can't always picture how it is that they and their family fit into a house, and they can't always judge the size of a room by the eye. So one of the things that we do when we stage the house is to present a picture to them to show, one, how much space they really have to work with, and two, how they could literally be living in the house if they were moved in. And very often they like the furniture, they get comfortable, they settle in, and the next thing you know, they have an emotional connection to the house. So that's what's happening here. So we're going to be setting up this furniture, and you'll get a chance to see the finished product. This kitchen has been completely gutted and remodeled, right down to the ceilings and all of the walls. If you go back and look at some of the before pictures for this house, you will see these walls were textured in a way that just was not repairable. It was absolutely incredible what they had done to the walls. So we had to rip it all out and start over from scratch. And so we have all new cabinets. As you can see, again, we're kind of going with a cherry wood look. Brand new granite countertops. We did some things with the house that weren't here before. We went with a 42-inch cabinet, the taller cabinets. I really like these for extra storage space for potential buyers. They also look far more sophisticated than the shorter cabinets, so we decided to go with an elongated cabinet. We also upgraded the entire kitchen with stainless steel. I find that today that's still popular and still the way to go. So we've got stainless steel we upgraded here. And then over by the refrigerator, one of the things that you'll notice, the cabinets there, that actually wasn't there with the previous construction of this kitchen. So we've added a lot of storage space to this kitchen. I want the potential buyer to feel like they've got a ton of space, a ton of room to cook, to move about, and to store for their family.